Oh, hello. Good morning, Florida Vacation Network. Uh, I might as well just bring Chris right in right now because, woo! I thought I had,
Morning.
I thought I had one of us in there a second ago, but apparently not.
Yeah, it's Monday.
I was doing some back end work here, trying to get things like this, set up where we have our slides. Boom, boom.
Nice.
Um, and yeah. Anyway.
Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Chris. It's so long since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's at least 10 hours.
Yeah. Don't mind Chris's microphone today. I don't know. It must be you're so far away. You're way closer to the equator than I am. So
Yeah. You know what? I wonder if I should go try and grab my shotgun mic and just plug it into my phone.
you should. Why you know what? While you're doing that, I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna lay out who we are and what we're doing here. So we're Florida Vacation Network. We're here for your Florida vacation needs. We'll give you news and notes and food and fun and all the stuff that you need in order to um, book your Florida vacation. So with that, we have notjustcruising.com. Notjustcruising.com is your solution to book not just your Florida vacation, but also, oh, you're not seeing that. I need to go over here. Uh, is your solution to book any vacation. If you want to go on a cruise, you want to go on a trip somewhere, you just let notjustcruising.com know, and we will be the ones that sit on hold for you. So head over to notjustcruising.com to book your next vacation. Once you get to Florida, you're going to want transportation to and from the park. So contact Park Hopper Choppers, Central Florida's best mobility scooter rental company. I know we didn't talk about that yet. So you're going to get the ride from the park or from the airport to the park, from the park back to the airport. But while you're here, if you need a mobility scooter, this is the best place to do it. So give Chris a call at 407-989-9618. He will pick up the phone during the show if you call him. You can head over to parkhopperchopper.com for all of the pricing and the contact page over there. Main Street Treat. This logo is short for the world here. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but we've got a new logo coming, some new branding. Really excited about it, but needless to say, you can still go to mainstreettreat.com and pick up any of your theme park treats. So if you want some of those Rice Krispies from Disney, we've got them. You want some cookies? We've got them. You want fudge from Universal, which is some of my favorite? We got that too. So head over to mainstreettreat.com for all of your treat needs. And then there is a tab there that says Fun and Fancy Freight. Fun and Fancy Freight will be your place to go for merch. So you've got something you saw on a vlog somewhere, let us know. We might be able to put that into a box for you over there on Fun and Fancy Freight. All right, let's see if Chris.
Yes, I have a new problem. I'm not sure if you can hear me now or not, but
Oh,
now I can't hear you. so,
oh yeah, you're
so now I got to figure that out.
you're good.
Hang on, let me see if I turn up my laptop. I think I'm going to get an echo. Let's see.
Yes, you are.
Oh, oh, hello.
Yeah, you a little echo there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
so in your
Just hold up a sign and let me know what you're saying, and then we'll just roll with this. Well,
it's not bad. It's not bad with that little bit of echo on your phone.
how is it with just no microphone, just on my phone compared to the AirPod?
Wait, are you just on your phone right now?
Yeah.
No microphone?
No.
Oh, that sounds great. Let's leave it right there. Welcome in for our production meeting. We'll get that all figured out. We're still working on getting you a studio set up. So
Yeah, that'll be in about a week.
yeah.
DC's here. Did you say hi?
I
Matt
have
here?
not yet. So, good
Amy's here.
morning, Amy. Good morning, DC. Well, hello. Good morning, a few other people that have not announced their presence yet. But hey, feel free and feel brave to
We
say
might
something.
have. Did you mention that we might have some surprise guests today? I wasn't going to say anything because probably nobody will show up, but you never know.
Possibly, yeah. I haven't mentioned a lot yet, so we got a lot to cover. I actually have quite a list of news today that we're going to roll through as well. So, but yeah, we got a couple special guests. One of them happens to be in town right now, um, and so hopefully we'll get some on location from one of the parks today. Pretty excited.
Welcome in, Luke. Good morning. Morning, Mary. DC gave himself the boot like a good boy. Good job, DC.
Job booting himself out.
Yeah, things are just all clicking this morning.
Yeah. Well, let's get right into some stuff here. So, the first thing, as we always do, um, oh, there's Park Hopper Chopper. Uh, Here we go. So today, the weather, that map has not changed. I keep going back to the map, and every morning about this time is about the same. So, um, yeah, we
It's
don't have a
beautiful
lot.
out.
We don't have a lot of precipitation in the area at this moment, but give it time. It is Central Florida. It could happen at any moment. 75 degrees at 9:30. It's probably somewhere between 78 and 81 during this time period. That was just when I pulled the weather. But yeah, we're going to have a high of like 90 today, which is beautiful, and 90s throughout the week. So if you're coming into Florida this week, um, no need for a jacket.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Rob and Mel were over last night, and we were doing our Sunday night hangout and board game, and we were just sitting out by the pool because it was really nice out last night.
Yeah. Let's see, what game did we play? Who won that game? Um,
I think I won.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I slaughtered y'all.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I won.
Yeah. Well,
Did you
they've been
say hi
saying
to
that. What's
Luke?
that?
Did you say hi to Luke? Luke's here.
I did say hi to Luke.
Oh, okay. There we go. Hi, Luke. Luke's got some good stuff coming for us, right?
Yeah, very good stuff. I still need to get into Hollywood Studios to dissect what he's going to make, but yeah,
Okay.
we got some cool stuff coming. Luke's
Love
on the road today. His wifey went skydiving yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my
sent me
gosh.
some pictures of that. That was crazy looking. That's something I wouldn't do, but I'd love to watch somebody else do it.
You know, when I was 17, my best friend and I, we said when we turned 18, we were going skydiving. And then just life happened and we never made it. And as I'm a few years past 17 now and 18.
Are you?
I don't know that I have any desire to jump out of a perfectly operating airplane.
I'm not even sure I want to jump out of one that's broken. I think I'll just ride it down. Thank you very much. There's a chance they could fix it on the way down, right?
Possibly. Possibly.
I'm sitting in a weird place. It looks like I have a halo. What's happening today?
Yeah, you have I think you're just moved you're a little clockwise there.
Little cattywampus.
There you go. There you go. A little better. Oh, so what where are we going? We're going news. We're going news.
Yeah,
So
let's do that.
um yeah, that didn't work. There, that works. So I thought that this had been squashed, but Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Um, this is something I'm kind of excited about. But it's premiering at the Cairns Film Festival on May 18th over in Australia.
What is it? I'm confused.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. this is the 5th installment, the 5th movie of Indiana Jones. It's like, and I think it's the final one. So I think we have determined that no longer Harrison Ford will play Indiana, but it is going to be his last role.
So is the dial of destiny when he actually presses the life alert button around his neck?
It might be. That is the dial.
I don't know. It just, could be that could be how the whole movie goes. It's just him being run over by the boulder and pressing the button.
Right? It's everything that you've ever seen Indiana do that you're like, oh, he's gonna die right here. He's actually going to die this time.
Right.
He'll come back.
No, I'm excited. I mean, I know he's getting up there, but I love him as an actor, and this is one of my favorite all-time. What's the word I'm looking for? Franchises.
Franchise. Okay, franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
I agree. I think Rob should jump out of a plane at 1,000 subs.
I don't know why I put that up there. What was I going to say?
I don't know. What's your opinion?
Oh, well, first of all, it's going to be in theaters here starting June 30th. So I'm pretty excited about that. I love the Indiana Jones franchise, and I'm one of the few that actually enjoyed the Crystal Skull.
I liked it. I've watched it a whole bunch of times.
And I'm not a Shia LaBeouf. How do you say his name? Shia?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a hater. Like I kind of like him.
I think he did a really good job. I think he was the perfect casting for that.
Yeah. So I know that there was a lot of I was looking at saw some memes or something, or it was some website that was like no. And they actually like said no, that was not a good fit. And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of liked it. So
yeah. Luke just said McDonald's is his favorite franchise.
Yeah, I love McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so pretty excited. And it is pronounced Cairns, not Canes, by the way. There's no R in it, but for some reason they put an R in it. Yeah. If you talk to anybody from Cairns.
Right.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely go see it in a theater because that's how you have to watch Indiana Jones movies. I don't care. You have to see it in the theater first.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, I mean, with the soundtrack, John Williams and all that. Oh, don't mind me.
Yeah, it was a bit of a late night last night. How it only took you what 3 hours to get home?
Something like that. Yeah. We had to get on the train, and then we had to hit the plane
and jump out of it.
Yeah. You live so far away.
You live far away.
No. I was here first.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And I actually moved into the city that you had talked about moving into. So I thought I was preempting, something.
Yeah,
apparently I moved here, and you're like, nope, not gonna happen. That's way too close.
Yeah. So, have you seen? I was looking this morning. I have not seen any pictures of the castle today. Have you seen anybody that was in the park today?
I have not had time, but yeah, the 50th decorations are coming out. It's over. It's done. As of yesterday, that's like the end of it. Enchantment and Harmonious are done, and we're celebrating the 100th. So I imagine that this view right here is probably a little bit different today. I would think that, if there was any decorations that were first to go, it'd be the headstone as you're walking into the park.
Yeah, Mary showed me a picture this morning of cranes in the lagoon at Epcot.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wait, that doesn't. The barges aren't gone yet, are they?
That's what the cranes are there for. They're going to start pulling
Oh, the crane. I thought you meant birds. I'm like, well, I mean, there's cranes there all the time.
them. Construction equipment in the lagoon this morning.
Oh, well, I did notice that uh I saw, where did I see that? Right, I don't know, somewhere. Oh, right here. So the barges have been removed from the World Showcase Lagoon. So
On the
on
map.
on the map.
If
Yeah.
only it were that easy.
Yeah, right? Just pluck and they're gone. Yeah. So,
Oh, the 50th plaque is gone, Mel said.
the 50th plaque is gone from, oh, okay. Well,
Whose house do you think that ended up at?
right? Or is that gonna show up at Lakeland?
That'd be cool.
Do you think any of this stuff shows up at Lakeland?
I don't. I think that a celebration thing like this, I think that Disney will forcefully destroy it all.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. Now, I know that, like, you've been to Lakeland. If you're not familiar, obviously, if you're, not from around here and you don't know what Lakeland is, there is a really cool, and this might be a secret I don't want to give out. Anyway, there's a really cool antique mall in Lakeland, Florida. It's about 40 minutes outside of Orlando. But they have some booths in the back that are people that have some inside to Disney. I don't know where they get their connections, but Disney and Universal, and you can go back there and there's like props and there's old merch and there's artifacts and all sorts of stuff. And but so there's business cards for the individual that has the back corner one, and if you talk to her, like, they have to hold on to some of this stuff for years when
Yeah.
they get it, like years before they can put it out for sale. So, I mean, who knows? We might see some 50th stuff 4 or 5 years down the road. I don't know what their time frame is.
Yeah, we've got two chairs at our little kitchenette that we bought from there that are from a DVC resort, and on the backs of the chairs, it's all embroidered with a big Mickey on both of them. I really like them. And it's Disney stuff that was meant to be used by guests, so it's super overbuilt and really strong stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not too expensive. I think I want to say maybe we paid $70 a chair or something like that for something that's built to last forever, and that's actually, I mean, like, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they are for sure. You know what? I forgot to do something when we were over here. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah, you moved me right along, but I had a little treat for us. So, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
I miss the desert. I miss the sea. And I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps not.
I don't believe in magic. But a few times in my life, I've seen things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
related.
Get back.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, I mean, Indiana Jones and a Life Alert looks like it's going to be a hit.
Oh shoot!
No, it looks good. I mean, I like that they make fun of it a little bit. You know, him throwing the whip around, and they're all like, "Whatever, dude."
I mean, that's just classic, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the opposite. Remember, was it?
Oh, when he just shot the dude in the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you notice the Millennium Falcon in there?
I did not.
Oh, they're flying the Millennium Falcon.
That's cool.
It kind of looks like you're in the cockpit. I don't know what it maybe it's a submarine. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it's a plane. It could be just a plane. I don't know. I can't wait to see the movie though.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to go with you.
That would be a good idea. Maybe we'll live stream from there.
Yeah, we can just pirate it.
No.
Join us for Indiana Jones on. No, that's good. I haven't seen the trailer before.
Oh yeah, I saw it one time. And then well, 2 times. 3 now. 3 times. I saw it once a couple of weeks ago, then once when I was grabbing it to put on here, and then now just
Nice.
Other movie news, though. There's some other movie news. It's your second favorite to Indiana Jones. And then no, it's not Frozen. But did you know they're doing a Lilo and Stitch live action?
How are they going to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was an April Fool's joke.
Are you sure it's not?
It might be. We need to we definitely need to double triple check this. But from some sources that I saw online, let's see, her name is probably Maya Kealoha, is going to be playing Lilo, and Zach Galifianakis is going to be the voice of Stitch. So, wow. Okay. I mean, I like Lilo and Stitch. It was a good movie one time, 2 times maybe.
Yeah. Can I just say that Stitch and the Gremlin and Grogu are all from the same family?
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know what I think of that. There's some movies that I think should be made into live action, and others where I'm like, I don't think so.
Oh, Mel said it's going directly to Disney Plus.
Oh, is it going? Oh, okay. Well, that's one of those straight to DVD movies.
What's a DVD, Grandpa? DC said they've been working on it for a while.
Yeah, 2018. 2018, it's been in development. So
that whole time they've been searching for a real live Stitch.
Right, they haven't found it. Well, maybe that's what Elon's been working on with SpaceX.
That could be. It's been looking around corners of the moon for it.
Yep, checking it out, trying to figure that out. Breaking news over here.
Where is Mel?
She is busy and crazy busy packaging and getting out shipping Easter stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, at the top of the hour, you heard me talk about Main Street Treat. Well, we're shipping Easter out today, so that it gets there by Sunday.
I'll let you know when mine arrives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yours might take forever. You live so far away.
Right.
So that breaking news. Let's see. I was gonna go down here. So breaking news, right straight from my wife's text. Tron Shop opens up on Wednesday.
Really? It's about time.
Yeah.
Hey, the work phone's ringing.
Oh, well, I told people to call you. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I told him. I said, give him a call right now. He would answer, but apparently you're going to let it go to voicemail.
Mary got it.
Oh, Mary got it. Perfect. That's That's what you get the the front desk person.
Yes.
So I'm really
So
excited about this ride. Tomorrow is its official opening day. So they've had a soft opening for the last couple weeks where you could go on in the morning and they were doing like a limited release. Like we were over there. Let's see, we rode the People Mover, we rode Autotopia, all in that area. And it wasn't super busy. So I don't think that they just like full released a virtual queue, but very limited. You can get closer to the ride and get a picture with the entryway. But tomorrow's the official. So
so is this shop in that, I forget the name of the little building that's out in front of Space Mountain, but is that where this stuff is going?
somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. I
I,
think
yeah,
that's
there's a name for that little building and it's been under construction for a long time, but I'm pretty sure that's where they were gonna put the merchandise for Tron. I could be wrong. All right, see you later, Luke. Drive safe.
all right. Yeah, why would I don't understand who is scheduling stuff at Disney. So
Yeah,
why would the shop not be open tomorrow when the ride opens?
they'll get it when they get it. You just sit and wait.
Why was Moana's garden, right? Now, when you think of garden, right, there's a couple different things you think of. You think of produce, right? Stuff that we eat, or you think of beautiful flowers that you walk through and admire, right? Isn't that what you think of it when you think of garden, right?
Uh-huh.
And the festival going on right now at Epcot is the what?
Flower and construction.
Flower and Construction Festival. That is true. What I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I must be in a little bit of a gripey mood this morning. So, um, have you rode the monorail over at
Okay.
the update
Yes.
near Spaceship Earth?
Uh-huh.
All the pumps and everything. Obviously, they're gonna have some fountains in
Right.
this because they have some pretty hefty pumping systems, right?
Yes. Hmm.
What exactly are they gonna do to hide that?
Yeah. I don't know.
'Cause is it not, like, right there in the front? Like, you're gonna walk in the front gate, you're gonna walk right around the spaceship, the big ball in Epcot,
Right.
right? And then boom, you run into pumps. Like,
Well, keep in mind that when Spaceship Earth was scheduled to be refurbed, that they were going to completely rebuild the ending building when you walk out. So the area where you can like interact with all this stuff. So I wonder if the new building will incorporate the pumps.
oh, okay, so they're gonna expand the building maybe on that backside.
I think some maybe, or maybe they're just going to paint it go away green and we're just going to pretend it's not there. But
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, because I mean that whole back of that they're gonna tear off that whole building off the back of Spaceship Earth and then completely rebuild it to something new, still part of Spaceship Earth when they do that refurb. So I'm just curious if maybe that's was
Mm,
part of the plan and so it just stayed in the blueprints and we're just gonna have to deal with it until they get to that step. I don't know.
okay. Well, I guess we'll see. I just as you're flying over it, in the monorail, and I look down and I'm like, "Hmm,
Yeah, well, and so that's the other thing. So it appears that the Moana area will be done way before the rest of it. Do you think they're going to relocate construction walls so we can get into that, or are we going to keep it all shut down until it's all completely done? What do you think they're going to do there?
uh, well, to get into where? To get into Moana?"
Yeah, because I mean, it looks like the whole Moana area is going to be done. I mean, they just started working on that big building, and Moana looks to be pretty darn done.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so you have the building structure that's in there too. Uh,
Yeah.
I would assume that all well, no, I think they'll have a phase opening, I would think.
Yeah, so you think they'll just move the walls and give us access to it?
Yeah, I mean, because they, when they were building connections, you could get to creation,
Right.
right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so because I'm looking forward to going in there. I know it's just a walkthrough attraction, but I think it's going to look pretty cool. And by the amount of those pumps, man, there's going to be some big waterfalls in there.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm pretty excited. Um, I'm pretty excited for the area. I've been excited for it for a while, and I'm tired of being excited for it. I just want to see it. I mean,
I just want the walls to be out of the way so I don't have to walk so far.
come on. The 50th celebration, I was like, okay, it's gonna be ready. 50th celebration. It's gotta be right, right. Oh, it's very artsy. Let's go. Festival of the Arts. That's when no, it wasn't.
Yeah,
They there's like 3 guys in there working.
it's got to be done for the Epcot 40th for sure.
Oh, right. Epcot 40th. Half the park's under construction.
Yeah, that's why it was a one-day celebration. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
they're gonna get it back together.
Let's rip some more on Epcot. Here we go.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The Beverly was the only thing. Actually, when I was in there the other day with Trace, we could get Moldova, and then the Beverly, and then I think it was the Philippines. So Moldova, Philippines, and Italy, the Beverly, the infamous Beverly. If you haven't had the Beverly, you're definitely gonna want to try it out when you go. And that's all I want to say about that.
I saw at one point there were none.
Really?
And I thought it was going to be like an April Fool's joke, but they said that they're having supply issues, which I find extremely funny because the store is owned by the supplying company. These are all Coke products. This is a Coke store. How can they be out?
Well, I thought maybe, I mean, my favorite one is Russia. I love the Russia one. And I'm like, wait a minute, maybe they stopped making it because, of all the turmoil in the world. And I'm like, well, that's stupid because I really like it. So, like if we're gonna have problems with any of these countries, we just can't have their Coke flavor. No.
Right. Yeah. And now they should put in a new one for countries that we're getting along with.
Right. As long as one of them tastes like the Russia one, that's whatever. Put whatever you want. Make up names. I don't care. Do they not have the recipe? I mean, can they not make that down the street?
I don't know. Couldn't you put some Sprite in there and just pretend for a little while? It's just, I mean, it's a place for us to go get a free sip of soda.
Right.
Just give me something.
I mean, throw up a vanilla Coke or something.
Right. Yeah. Something exotic from the US. It blows my mind that they have supply issues and they are their own supplier. I don't understand. Like, did somebody not order it? They're like,
Whatever.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
I don't get it. But what are you gonna do? It'd be really funny if they just put some Pepsi bibs on that thing and just
Right? Throw some Mountain Dew. I would love to get a Mountain Dew somewhere in the park.
yeah, that'd be good.
If Coke isn't hacking it, just there's got to be something in the contract, right?
Yeah.
You didn't provide.
So is that officially the worst job on Disney property? Is the person that sells merchandise in the Coke place because nobody ever buys anything from the Coke place? You would think that you could buy a case of Beverly if you wanted to. Like, I think if they would sell some of those, they would actually have people at the register. But I've never seen anybody buy anything in there. Good morning, Thomas.
Yeah. What is that all about? Like, I would love to buy a case or maybe even just a bottle. Like literally, if you throw some 20 ounces in there, or 19.5 or whatever they are, of these flavors, like you go up and you sample and you're like, oh, I really like that. I kind of want to, take some with me, over to the showcase or whatever. I want to go sit by the water with my Beverly.
Right. And how many people would buy Beverly to take it home and share it with their friends and laugh at them drinking it? They would sell a ton of Beverly.
We're over here fixing all of Disney's problems. So
Yeah.
all I want is like 2%. That's it. So reach out.
Pete just sent me a text. He's heading into the studio.
Nice.
Yeah. So we can hang out with him a little bit this morning.
Bring some more peeps in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw that, and I think it's really funny that, I don't know. And I also think it's really funny that that's big news and that we're even talking about it, because they ran out of soda, so what? But, it still boggles the mind a bit.
I was trying to remember what day I was in the park last week with Trace. We went in, because update, Trace is my son. He just moved up to the Northwest. So anyway, he was moving. He left on Friday, so we wanted to get a couple park things in, and he hadn't rode Cosmic Rewind yet. So we got up, and we missed the 7 o'clock. Oops.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and we drove in, and we got into the park, because for the 7 o'clock, you don't have to be in park. You can do that. You can do that from the comfort of your pillow. Whether or not you're staying on a resort or if you're staying out here at home, it doesn't matter. But the 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. That one you have to be in park for it to register. So we got into park. I don't know, it was about 12:30, 12:45. We went, which I didn't know that this was a new rule, but and we got away with it twice this day. But we sat down in Connections. We didn't have food or drink or anything. We just found an open table. It wasn't that busy, and we just sat there and waited, and kept refreshing, making sure that the connection was working and everything. And then at 1 o'clock, boom, hit it. I hit join. His gave him like an error message, and luckily I was able to get a virtual queue for that.
So are you telling me that Rob from Disney Connections was sitting in Connections making sure that he had a good connection? All right.
That's true. That's a lot of connection right there.
I'll buy that.
So yeah, we were able to get those and go. But in the meantime, so we had like an hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours before our queue time. So we went and did some other things, grabbed some lunch, went into Club Cool, and there was nothing.
I'm so jealous that he got to ride it for the first time. I wish there was like a surgery you could have where they could just kind of zap something in your brain and just knock out the memory of that ride. So then the next time you ride it, it's like you're riding it for the first time, because there's nothing better than the first time you ride a new ride.
Yeah. Actually, my second time was better.
Really? Okay. Because the first one made you dizzy?
Yeah, my Dramamine had not kicked in yet when we rode it that first time. I loved it, don't get me wrong. It was the after effect that I didn't love.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get sick, but I definitely kind of felt woozy for a while. Kind of get my sea legs under me. But
you looked woozy.
No, I probably did. But yeah, that second time I had gone, I got the Dramamine, I took it, had it on board for a good 40 minutes before we jumped on the ride. And then because when you and I rode it, and our wives, Mary and Melanie, we'll include them too. So we went like the fast lane, the lightning lane. And so this time I got to go through like all the queue parts, and that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, especially that big kind of light up model. It's really cool to watch. They did a nice job. And actually, to be fair, that queue moves pretty good. It moves in chunks because you're filling a pre-show. So it moves in chunks, but it's not bad. And they give you plenty of stuff to look at and watch. There's, little presentations and stuff, and the actors are up there. And so that ride has kind of the pre-show of the queue, and then you have the first pre-show room, and then you have the second pre-show room, and then you have the third pre-show room, and then you have the rest of the queue to get on the ride.
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting. And here's a little pro tip. I have no hints as to why, but Row 9.
Yes.
Row 9.
Yep. Don't tell anybody.
That's it. You just when you get up and they're getting ready to like distribute you to the rows, if it's your first time, you go row 9. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, that was a pro tip that we were told by a cast member. The first time Mary and I ever wrote it, we got up there and said, we'd like to wait for row 1. And she looked at me a little weird and said, okay. And we got on row 1. And then when we got back off the ride at the end, she said, okay, now next time, ask for row 9. You're welcome.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
She was not wrong.
No, row 9 is definitely it's the spot.
Yep, can't say enough about that ride. I love it. And we're blacked out of Disney for quite some time, but till the 17th because Disney hates us. But once we get back in there, we will be getting on Cosmic Rewind. We're going to go to Epcot first because I'm having withdrawals from Cosmic Rewind.
Yep. I'm sorry. I missed this earlier, but there will be a pop-up Tron pop-up shop across from Monsters Inc.
Oh, so that's going to be in the old Stitch thing, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I heard there was something else coming to that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we have a guest that just came in, so without further ado, please welcome in Pete.
Good morning.
Pete McDivitt Show.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Pete.
How are you?
Good.
Oh, not too shabby. You ready to come back down to Florida and visit again?
Yep. And I was actually just talking to somebody about that. September. Not soon enough, but it'll be when next time we're coming down. So.
Well, we'll keep it warm for you.
That's good. That's good. I think I had one of the people that follows the show that just joined our fantasy football league was just actually asking me about where to get a scooter, and I said, I might know somebody. I think he'll be reaching out, so that's kind of cool.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. So glad to see you guys are continuing your focus to crush this. I know this is going to be awesome. I like listening to it in the morning when I'm doing my therapy. You guys are it's nice to get the Disney magic, and you can hear consistency. You can listen to a live streamer over at the parks, but that's kind of tough because it's in and out, and if they're not describing everything thoroughly, you're like, what am I listening to? So,
yeah.
when you can't see the screen,
right.
You guys having your interaction. So and Rob is stepping up and built one heck of a background now he's got going there. So
hey, what are you trying to say?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's got you beat a little bit there.
Yeah, just by a little bit. But yeah, we got about 10 days, and then he's gonna be over here helping me build my studio because we just haven't had an opportunity to do so. But I gotta keep up with this game a little bit.
Yeah, he's rocking it. So how are things in Orlando today?
Beautiful.
Yeah, sunny, warm. It's gonna be 90.
I mean, it's
90.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no way. All right. Well, enjoy.
So what do you got going on the Pete McDevitt Show this week?
Sports and shorts, I think is
shorts.
Is the way. I mean, actually, we're putting up some vertical content too. The vertical content we've been putting up lately. Casey has gone back now to all the rides we've done because we've just about got everything documented on the channel that's in Florida. Rides and shows and everything like that. So now he's going back with a higher res camera. He bought a brand new camera that it kind of gives you equal clarity to like an 8K.
Wow!
But it's up there. It's still in a 4K. It's in a super slow-mo 60 frame per second. And I've had more people come back on the most recent stuff and say, "God, I feel like I'm sitting there." And without going 8K, because 8K, a lot of people don't have the enough data and format in their computers to take down an 8K video. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And if you're trying to do 8K on your phone, it's tremendous too. It can eat up so much of your data time just trying to get it to pull. So being able to stay at 4K and give that close to clarity is pretty cool. So we're working on that. I don't know what everyone we put up lately has been well received. I don't know what one we put up today. I was actually just looking at that because I just got done my morning therapy, and I was like, oh, I forgot we put up a video today. So, but other than that, just staying busy. Basketball game tonight, and your shorts have been supporting and doing well, which is good. That was a great idea doing the stuff over at the cars. Car lamination.
Yeah. We Rob and I got a little crazy with the shorts yesterday on our channel.
Did you?
We were just hitting them one after another. We were having fun. So,
at one point, I think YouTube said, all right, we're not pushing your videos out anymore.
Well, I think after 3 is where I've seen the drop. Every once in a while you'll get 4 every blue moon.
Yeah.
But it's after that you're just throwing videos away because they don't want to do that. So but it is interesting to do, and you never know. I mean, they've got it so controlled now. When they first started putting out the shorts, good morning, Mel. When they first started putting out the shorts and allowing them, there was shorts that were hitting. I know some creators, they got 1 million views on one short.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah, the Ava Loves Disney. She was at 3,000 subscribers, and they opened up the shorts for them before they put any restrictions or before they announced that they were going to monetize it or any of that. It was just, okay, you can do it. She had several shorts of the same thing hit for 1 million views. She went from 3,000 subscribers to 30,000 in
holy
like
cow.
2 months, because I mean, she was having these videos just keep, not only did they hit, they just kept hitting because there was no control. Now what I've found, since YouTube is monetized, your average number for views is generally on the top end somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000.
Yeah,
on a top end. Now, what I have found that they will do more of now is they will go back and YouTube will pick some of your older stuff that had good impression on their algorithm when it was shared out the first time, and they will reshare it. I had a short. I was sitting here during the basketball game the other day on my second channel, and all of a sudden, Preston says, "Dad, we just picked up 9 subscribers on the main channel." And I'm thinking, oh God, bot is what I'm thinking. It's And then I went back and looked, and they had shared out a short that I put up back in January, and they had reshared it, and it had hit for another 3,000 views, and that's where they came from. So, it really all depends. It's still hit or miss with that. You don't know you'll think some shorts are spectacular. It's just like regular videos. You'll think, oh, this is spectacular. It's going to do great. And then it comes up and it has 12 views, and you're like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah. And I don't even think that anybody's over at YouTube is paying attention. I think they just grab one and say, all right, we're going to push this. Like we have ones that I think are really good. And then there's a video of me going down a slide, and that's the one that takes off. Like
it's all about the timing and the algorithm, and the time of day affects how you put it up. There are certain windows of the time of day that you get better pulls from your shorts, and that's just because of globally, because everybody looks at when they're putting up their shorts and they're like, well, I'm going to put it up at 9 a.m. Okay, well, 9 a.m. may not be the optimal time, because 9 a.m. is what time in France, it's what time in Russia, it's what time in the Hawaii. You got to think about where it is globally,
right,
for the most people to be watching something. So there's a lot, and anybody that says they fully understand the algorithm needs to be put into a straitjacket and locked up.
Yeah.
We all get bits and pieces of it that we can play a little bit on, but you're not getting the full jam. If we all understood the full jam, all 3 of us would be at 1 million views right now.
Right.
Or million subscribers. So, so that's good.
Yeah. So speaking of 1 million subscribers, I didn't catch the end of your show the other day, but I know that you were talking about somebody had passed Tim Tracker. Who was it that passed him?
Two people had passed. One was consistent getting there. Has been doing it for years, and that's AJ with the Disney Food Blog team. They passed Tracker by about 1,000,
Wow.
which isn't tremendous, but they still passed. To pass Tim Tracker, whether you like him or not, is a Mount Rushmore figurehead in our Disney social media whole community for the whole thing. No matter what social media you're talking about, he's one of them. And to pass him is iconic. You have really done something. The bigger one that I was very surprised and proud of was Jojo Crittenden from JoJo's World.
Really?
Yeah, Jojo. He's at 903,000 as of the other day. Let me see where he's at this morning. That was last week when I did it. I can tell you because I got everybody on speed dial from working on it all the week. Holy crap! Sorry, pardon my language. JoJo's at 914. He's made 11,000 in just 5 days.
Holy cow!
So he is going to be the next million guy.
You know what I think is cool about the way Tim Tracker started, because I mean he was the first, but the reason the show is actually called the Tim Tracker is he was doing it so that his family could see what he was up to. It was tracking Tim, even though his last name is Tracker. But in the very beginning, it was him and his dad working on their Corvair and just doing stuff like that. And then he started doing a couple videos from Disney, and they had a lot of views, and he just kind of grew on that, and it just kind of happened. It was a happy accident, and he just got in at the right time. And I personally, I know a lot of people don't like him, but he's my favorite YouTuber.
I have sat in the park and talked with him on multiple times, and I like his content. I've always liked his content. He was one of the first people, obviously, I started watching when I found this whole thing. And they've had some turbulent waters that they've had to face, as they've had some ups and downs that they've gone to from choices that they've made on their channel at different times. It is what it is, but he's working through that, and I'm sure he'll get to that million front at some point. Jojo, I know he did a video the other day. I actually sent him a text because he did a video saying that he was the #1 most subscribed to Disney vlogger. And I reminded him, but he's not the #1 most subscribed to Disney formatted channel yet. There's other ones out there that have been doing it longer than Jojo that are 1 point something million. There's one that's 2.3 million that have been doing it worldwide. But he is, as far as vlogging in the park and stuff like that, he is #1 now. He's very proud of the fact that he is that. And I give Jojo a lot of credit. I've known Jojo since before there was Jojo on screen Jojo. I've known Jojo. I met him, it would be going on 5 years ago now. We were down at the park, and I was down there with some of the guys from the community, the This and That guys from their Wednesday night show met me, and we were hanging out down there. And this was it was like probably like 6 months before Galaxy's Edge opening time frame, I think it was. And we're sitting there, and guy comes up doing custodial stuff, and he had recognized one of the guys that I was with. I was not on screen at that time. I was just in the chats. But Jojo recognized one of the guys I was with and came over and talked to us. And young kid at that time, he was, 16 in that front. And, I'm going to start doing a channel, this and that. And just a ball full of energy. And he hung out. He was just getting off work from his sanitation duties. And he walked around the park with us for a little bit. And then he went and changed his clothes and came back out. And he hung out with us for a couple hours.
That's cool.
And little did we know that, where he'd be right now at that level. And to his credit, he figured out there's a puzzle in this whole thing, as I talk about a lot. And some of us find pieces quicker than others. Some of us, it takes a long time to put this thing together because the pieces are tough. And some of us find ways to manipulate. Jojo found ways to manipulate. And by that, it's all ethical, all 100% the right way of doing things. What he did was he realized he was dating a young lady who was exceptionally strong with Instagram. And he realized, oh, wow. Bless you. There you go. He realized, okay, well, Instagram's the thing that I should be doing. And he followed her lead and learned from her because she was really good at it. And he made himself really good at Instagram. So he started growing that format, and he was transitioning people from Insta over to his YouTube. And then, he realized that the cruise industry, he and Kyle realized, wow, there's a lot of opportunity in this cruise industry. And they started blowing up with these cruise videos, and they were picking up people left and right. Yeah. And what JoJo was intelligent enough to realize was it can't just be about one demographic if you're going to be successful. JoJo realized that, hey, I need to still keep those people that are in the 40 to 60 range, but I need to stay relevant to the younger format that's in the 10 to 21 range, because they are new people that can come in. They are long-term people, and he's done that. He's held those demographic levels, and when you take all that together and you manipulate that the right way, and manipulate means work your butt off, which he did with videos and everything all the time, he's been able to put it all together, and he's really built the perfect place over there. So 914 today, but he'll be at 1 million before the end of the year.
Yeah, I think so. It's fun to watch. We've been watching Disney YouTubers for such a long time, way before we ever thought about doing channels or anything like that. But to see the way they all evolve. I mean, back when we were watching Resort TV 1, 8 years ago, they were doing just like, I think he called them silent walkthroughs or silent strolls or something like that. Where he would walk through the park, and you'd hear him talk a little bit occasionally about what he was looking at. But and my daughter and I would sit and watch those because it just felt like you were in the park. You got to hear the background music. You got to feel like you can hear his footsteps. Like it just felt like you were walking through Magic Kingdom, and it was awesome. And now they're doing lives all the time, and they're growing, and they're everybody evolves and figures out what works, and it changes because tastes change, and people, I think that's probably what happened with Tim, where he kind of stalled out, is that he hasn't really changed at all. Like it's always surprised me that Tim has never gone live in a park. They do the at-home vlogs live, but it always surprises me. I wonder what kind of audience he would have if he went live from a park. I don't know.
I don't know. The one thing that I've found is, and again, that's another thing, that if you watch JoJo's live, when he does a live, for the amount of people that he has following, his lives will get 2,500 people live, 3,000 live. He's not getting 10,000 people live.
Right.
Okay. A majority of the people that follow a creator, they follow them for the format that they have. Generally, somebody that wants somebody that's live is going to follow the live creators. Somebody that wants vlogs is going to follow people. They like to watch vlogs while they're at work, while they're at home. They like to put it on in the background while they're doing it. That person in that little blue bubble, which is that likes both, is actually a smaller ratio than you would think. So the transition for that isn't as well. Where I think Tim needs to change a little bit is maybe look to more outside of what he was just doing. Maybe open it up to more than just Disney and Universal, and really start going outside. Maybe traveling, something. Maybe cruising. Maybe looking at that. That's a huge and keeps growing area of that. But if you look at Josh and Taylor with the WDW couple, okay, they've been doing it. They're another one that they've been doing it for multiple years. They're amazing people, and just recently they changed their name to Travel with Josh and Taylor, because they realized in talking with them, they realized that while they love Disney and that's not going to change, they had become kind of stagnant to where they were. They had been in that 50-some thousand range for quite some time and really not changing. And a lot of that comes down to the fact is this is such a saturated market now. There's so many more people to watch. I mean, I follow close to 600 creators from Disney with what I do with the community focus and stuff across Florida, California, UK. And there are, it's probably 150 times more what it was 5 years ago I mean, in
Yeah.
the ratio of, and it's still coming. There's more channels coming each day. So there's more competition. So what Josh and Taylor realized is, hey, they did a couple travel things that they did, some cruises, a couple other different travel that they did, and they threw up the videos, and they did exceptionally well. And what they realized is, hey, there's a more wide open market when you're doing more than just one content platform of Disney, Universal. And since then, they've grown. They're over 70,000 now. And
Yeah,
starting.
I mean, look at Adam the Woo. Adam completely changed what he was doing and got out of the parks. Now he's traveling the U.S. and hitting, going down Route 66 and hitting all the roadside attractions and doing stuff like that, because I think he just was feeling a little stale, and now he's doing something that he's passionate about again because it's all new. I think if you're in the parks every day for 8 years, it probably gets a little old, and it's hard to be excited about stuff, when you're seeing the same thing. I wanted to say hi real quick to Susan. I saw her in here, and Mary made a good point about Tim going live in the parks. He probably would just be nonstop interrupted. That's
Well, I think they all get interrupted, but I also think, and Mary's point is accurate. But also, what I've noticed is, as this whole, we're still in the, we're kind of past the infancy part. We're kind of in in the young youth area of our Disney social media with the whole YouTube front. I think that people are becoming aware of it now, that one of two things is happening in the park. One, they're realizing people are live and they don't want to interrupt them. Okay. Or two, they're irritated about it and they don't want them there, because there is that group of people that feel that it is a pain in the butt that they have to, deal with somebody who has a talking on a ride or doing something or, whatever. But, and that's a smaller group, but there is those people. I think the bigger thing, what I'm seeing from people that are broadcasting live, that are well-known creators, and I'll use Josh and Jenna as a great example. They're our Resort TV One is very close friends with me, and Josh and I have talked, and he is finding more people that when they finish their stream or before they start, that they're getting people come up saying and chatting for a minute and doing pictures and all that than they are during the stream, because people A, don't want to be on camera, or B, don't want to feel like they're bothering them,
Yeah.
But there is still, Mary's right, there's still that group of people that are so excited to meet their creator. Look, I don't have a problem saying that I was in that category before I started doing my stuff. I remember, it was 5.5 years ago, maybe, when I found Josh, maybe 6 years, because when I found Resort TV One, they were just Josh. Jenna wasn't in the picture yet.
Right.
So I had started following them and working with them, and I went down there to Disney, and I met Josh and his parents, and I met Dev on a trip, and I met Resort TV. I met a WDW couple on a trip, and I was ecstatic to meet them. And I actually had dinner with Josh and Taylor while we were down there, and to me, it was just like meeting my local CBS celebrity.
It's the first big name that I ever met was Adam the Woo, and I was live in the park when Mary's like, "Hey, there's that guy," and I turned around and I chased him down and I said, "I'm on a live right now. You mind if I put you on?" And he's like, "No, absolutely." But I was like shaking. I was so nervous. And recently we finally got to meet Tim Tracker at SeaWorld,
Nice.
and that's like, for me, that's like meeting Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen more hours of Tim Tracker than any Hollywood person, because I watch. He's got a lot of content, and sometimes we just sit down for an evening and just get caught back up. But it's surreal. I mean, Drew, in the moment, the first time I met him, he was maybe like 2,000 subs or something like that. Right. But it's so exciting, and of course you try not to bother them when they're live. I don't walk up, but like we met Drew when he was doing the Lakeland Antique Mall, and I could hear him. He was doing a vlog. It wasn't going to be live, so I waited for him to stop talking, and I snuck around the corner, and I'm like, "Hey, Drew!"
He's got a major issue. Nobody's perfect in this world.
Right.
Do you know what his major issue is?
No.
He's a Red Sox fan.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. But somebody has to be.
Yeah, I actually texted him when we lost yesterday to him, the other day to him, when we dropped the fly ball to lose the game. And I texted him and I said, even a blind squirrel finds a nut. That was my text to him. But, I feel the same way. I still even at this point was a little bit starstruck myself when recently I was able to build a relationship with Mark Daniel. Mark Daniel's been a voice of Disney for quite some time. He, when they did these grand openings like Galaxy's Edge and these other ones in Florida, he is the Disney cast member that helped open it up. He at D23, he's on stage with Ashley Eckstein and other people doing D23. And, to be able to become friends with Mark has been a blessing to me. And, when I first met him, I'm like, wow, this is the guy that whenever I heard his voice at least for Walt Disney World, it was it. And it's funny because he does TV commercials too. A lot of people don't know that he's also in TV. And I was doing a game from Chicago the other day, a football game. I think it was Chicago or somewhere, football or baseball. And he had done one of the car dealership commercials.
Oh, really?
And during the game, I'm sitting here talking about blah, 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 blah with sports. And all of a sudden I hear Mark Daniel's voice. And I look up and there he is on my TV. But getting to know him and it was kind of cool because at D23, while he was doing D23, I actually texted him while they were on stage about something that I was inquiring about for D23. And I'm like, hey, I know you're busy, but whenever you get done, let me know. And I'm sitting here watching D23, and he and Ashley kicked it off to whatever segment they were going to. And I'm watching. All of a sudden, he's texting me during the show, and I'm like, it made me feel like for this Disney thing that we do, that maybe I've finally gotten to an accomplishment level where where I've earned somebody's respect enough that they would take the time during something like D23 to text with me. It empowered me to want to do more, to want to help more people is what it did, and I was grateful to him for that. But yeah, he's good. And if you get a chance to meet him, he's one of the down to earth guys. He does a great thing on Twitter. He does the Mark Daniels fun fact of the day, and it's always something ridiculous that you never think about with Disney. That you're like, oh, that's pretty interesting.
So, yeah. Well, and the cool thing I think about the people that we kind of idolize that do this and have been doing it for such a long time is they truly are all really nice people. And if they weren't, they wouldn't be in the position they're in. When you bump into Paging Mr. Morrow, he is the nicest person, and Drew and them, they all they don't blow you off. They're great people.
Yeah. Yeah. I call it, God works in mysterious ways, and I fully believe that. And with this whole thing that we've been able to do, the friendships that I've been able to build, through this whole thing, has been amazing. We did the Christmas events the last 2 years we did, and we took a break this year just to give it a break. We'll probably go back at it next year, but we did a couple Christmas events, and all these people that you talked about, I've asked them to do my Christmas video, and Tracker did it, Adam did it, Nate did it, Resort TV One did it. Everybody that's anybody has been in these videos, and to me, it's a blessing. That's the gift that comes out of it. People say to me all the time, why do you continue to do what you're doing to work to help other people and put all this hours upon hours of time in? Well, there's the payoff. The friendships that I've built with you two gentlemen, that's the payoff to me, is to be able to get up in the morning and know that you have people down there that you've met that you would have never met had it not been if Walt didn't draw a mouse on a napkin one day after he had his teeth kicked in and had all of his credible content taken away from him. He didn't say, the heck with it, I'm done. I'm going to go be a street artist and sit and draw pictures outside of the studio. He said, I'm going to pick myself up. I'm going to get back and do it. And I think the life lessons that are out there from Walt, they're hidden, but they're not. And I say that all the time, not giving up and getting up. Walt shows that, treating people with respect. I mean, he talks about it all the time when, about Disney, when you go over there, cast members treat guests like their family. That's where I get the treating people with respect mode that I use on my channel. Building relationships. Walt would talk about it all the time. He would utilize those relationships with people to further along what his long-term goal was. If you look at the opening of Disneyland, we had a future president as part of his opening day celebration at Disneyland because he fostered that relationship with Ronald Reagan. He had Bob Hope come to the opening of Walt Disney World and do that whole opening from over there in front of Mary Blair's thing, her whole thing. So he used those relationships through the years to do it. Well, that's what we do. We build relationships with this. You have somebody in your chat that I know, Chris, you respect a lot, and I respect a lot, and Susan.
Yes.
Neither one of us would have met that amazing lady had it not been for what Walt did. So, and I value that. Rob's coming up. Rob and Mel are coming up here in August. I can't wait to hang out with Rob and Mel in a situation where they actually are going to be showing up somewhere on time. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait.
To be determined.
Let me rephrase that. Mel's always on time. Rob's he's got a camera.
We'll see. We'll see.
So it's good stuff. And I love the fact of what you're doing here. This has been a concept that many people have talked about for years. Okay. I've heard about it in the 6 years I've been doing social media. I've seen one or two people take a shot at it, and for whatever reason, didn't work. People don't realize what it takes to do a morning show like this. The amount of energy that has to go in. If you're doing it 3 days a week, well, that's 6 days of work to make it happen, because you got a preface day to build up to make it happen. I think it's a fantastic concept, and I really hope you guys can pull it off, because I have said for years, if somebody could do a, kind of a Good Morning America type thing where, hey, here's, and you guys are doing it right because you're doing it, here's Orlando, here's Florida, as opposed to just one niche. I think can be cool, and I'm all behind it.
I appreciate it. And I mean, we've got a long way to go to get it to what our vision is, but what you just said is exactly what our vision is, but it's going to be a lot of work and a lot of dedication to get it to that point, but you got to start somewhere, and might as well start now,
Yeah. People don't realize, everybody thinks they're going to turn on a camera and become a 10,000 subscriber channel in a day. And, everybody thinks they're going to create that video that's going to have 1 million views. And the realism of it is, what's going to happen is you're going to create that camera, and you're going to have days that are going to be absolutely fantastic, where you're going to be on your highest high of some video that took off, or something that happened for your channel, or somebody that came in to watch your channel. I remember the first time when I started doing my channel, when Nate stopped in, because we were friends. He just stopped in to watch. Hey, how you doing? And I was sitting here like I was on the top of the world, because, oh, wow. And then Nate was only at 40,000 subscribers at that point. Oh my God, he came into my channel. And then you're going to have your lowest of low days, like we talked about at the beginning, where you're going to put a video together that you think is absolutely spectacular, and it's going to get 12 views, or you're going to go live and you're going to think, oh, I've got a great topic I'm going to do. Nobody else is live. I'm the only person live right now. And 3 people show up.
Yep.
So you can't let that falter, and you just got to put the work in. And if you do it over time, it will reward you, but you've got to really give to make it happen. And no different than starting your own business, or if you're a writer writing a graphic novel, it's what you put into it is what you're going to get out. And if you shortchange it, you will be found. There's at least 4 creators that I know of in the Disney community right now, and I would never say a name because I'm not that type. I don't bash, but that I know are shortcutting it, and they're buying. One of them's buying views, one of them's buying subscribers, one of them's buying both, and another one of them is buying likes. And I know it, and I'm well aware of it, and I'm not going to bash them. I had a friend of mine who brought one of them to my attention. He's like, you should go on your channel and talk with them. No, not going to do that. We're not going to be negative. We're not going to go and try to hurt anybody. I truly believe if you're shortcoming, you will eventually get caught about it. Somebody will say something to you at some point. It's not going to be me. And the second thing is that you'll realize that when you have, and I'm just pulling a number out of the view, let's say you have 50,000 followers. Okay. If you've bought those subscribers, and there are avenues to do it, which is sad. I didn't even realize that was a thing until like 2 years ago. But if you bought 50,000 subscribers, and of the 50,000, only 2,000 are your followers, really, and you bought the other 48 over time. When you go live with 50,000 subscribers and you have 4 people show up,
Yep.
4 people show up consistently, you ain't gonna do it. There was a guy 2 years ago when I really first started digging into this, and I don't even know if he still creates. I don't think he does, but he was in the community and going around, and he went from 4 subscribers on a Monday to 2,200 on a Friday.
That's pretty.
Yeah, it was. Oh God, big month, big week, and in 2 months he had 10,000 subscribers. When you go live to do a show, 2 people watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that on a few channels, and you can't help but question. I mean, I don't ever want to, I don't ever want to judge somebody for what they're doing. I mean, they're doing them, but when you see it and you have those red flags go up, it's like, really?
How can you take any personal pride? In my opinion, again, one man's opinion. Everybody's got them, as you know, the old adage. Everybody's got them. But how can you take pride? Let me just use it on me. I couldn't take personal pride if I was doing any type of stream that I had falsified numbers, and to feel like I've had any type of, 1, personal success, and 2, joy in the fact of what I'm doing. I take excitement out of every person that comes into my live stream, out of every person that sends me a note saying this video made me happy, about every person that I'm able to help, whether it's with their YouTube channel or their business or whatever. I take personal pride in that. Like I mentioned to you that somebody's going to be, I'll tell you who it is off stream, so you're looking for their call, but had talked to me today about the scooters. They reached out to me because it's one of our Hall of Famers in our community that needed a scooter, but he called me about voting, and he's like, "Hey, what do I do with this? Well, I got to get these votes in. How do I do it again? Remind me." And then said to me, "Hey, where do you," and I talked about the scooters and what all you do. And when I got off the phone with him, I felt fantastic.
Yeah.
I felt like I was helping a friend. And if you're out there to do this channel or this social media aspect, if you're an Instagram or a TikToker or whatever, it should be about personal pride at the end of the day. Like some of the people you mentioned, like I know firsthand how much pride Resort TV One, Nate, Jackie take in their channel and what they do.
Yeah.
And how hard they work and the sacrifices that they've made to get their channels to where they're doing. It's not all fun and games. Everybody thinks, this person's doing this and they're going to get Disney media and they're getting all this stuff free and this and that. Well, there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it to make it happen. I know talking with Jackie in the past down in the parks, we talked about the fact before Sam moved over here to the United States, they had a long distance relationship, and and she was here doing her thing and working and doing her channel and everything. So there was a sacrifice for her to do the channel she was doing and not move over there to England or vice versa. For me, there's a sacrifice for me. I literally put my streams together for this week and flat out said, all right, I'm not streaming on this day at this time, so I can tell my wife I want to do dinner with you or do something with you and spend a few minutes. Because if I don't, I could go through a whole week and literally my time seeing my wife could be 10 minutes.
Right.
Because of what she works. She gets home at, she works 5 a.m. till 1, and then she'll get home and she deals with stuff with Preston and stuff with school, with baseball. All of a sudden now done baseball, she's got him. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. We're doing dinner. It's now 7. I'm in here doing my stream 7 to 1. So if you don't make time, so there's sacrifices.
There is, and the opposite side of that is there's, we love meeting subscribers. There's nothing cooler. So that just happened to Rob and Mel. Tell that story, because there's nothing cooler than that. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, we ran in yesterday. We had to pick up some Easter stuff, and we took the train back to the Dumbo Circus area, and we got off. We ran into the tent. We grabbed some stuff. We came back out. We're standing in line, and we're we were just chatting, talking about, what our plans were on the day. And this lady in front of us turns around and goes, um, I, I watch you.
Really?
And it was, I mean, it could have been creepy, but it wasn't. It was totally sweet. It was totally a moment. Like I had to pause for a second and I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, that's right, we're on YouTube.
But somebody that had been
For real.
watching you guys for a long time, but never was in the comments, but then got the courage up to say hi. It's so cool. Like I love that.
Yeah, that feeling is ridiculous. I had that feeling for the first time when I was down there in November last year. I think October, whatever it was, where somebody came up that was never in the chat and just watched. And they literally, but they didn't. I didn't have that good of experience, Rob. They started out with me saying, "You need to stop picking on Steve." I was like, "Who are you and what?" But
Steve needs to be picked on from time to time. That's for sure.
Well, you talk about the things, Steve of the world is very, as much as he's outgoing on his streams, in his personal life, he's very introverted. He keeps his circle of trust very close. He doesn't allow everybody in there. And he was real excited to meet you. And we were down there. And same with, with Baker and all, and Rob were the people when you were over with us the one night. And I think it's cool to see the relationships and friendships that can form from people that don't know each other, but you can introduce that you've met through this whole thing. It's, really cool.
Yeah, I think our coolest one that just gives me so much pride. We were walking down Main Street one day, and I think I was on a live, and there were 3 teenage girl cast members sitting outside of one of the doors of one of the shops. And as we went by, they said, "Oh my gosh, that's Disney Dynamics." I would have never, ever thought that, that demographic would watch. And that's when we were just doing unboxings and stuff like that, and occasionally doing a live. But that's the stuff that makes it all worth it, is to meet people that have, it's just such a cool feeling.
You never know who's watching you and when they're watching or what they're watching, because you can be totally anonymous as a viewer on this. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, ninja viewers, while everybody tries to coax everybody to come into the chat because you can put a name with a supporter, the ninja watchers make a huge portion of this. If you go and look at your demographics as a creator in your studio, and you'll see how many people don't subscribe to you but watch you.
Right.
And that's, at the end of the day, it is about views. That's what it's all about. That's what people, more than subscribers, it should be about how many views do you have.
Right.
I know when I hit my first million, I was over the wall. I was in this room right here, almost at the point of tears, because you started this. I didn't even want to do it. And now I've had 1 million people click a button to want to see what we were doing 1 million times. And when you start thinking of it as it goes from there, how much pride you can take in that, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like I said, I've been watching Tim Tracker for 8 years. For the first 5 years, I wasn't subscribed. I would just search him every time. I just wasn't very savvy on YouTube, I guess. But every time I'd sit down to watch him, I'd just search his channel. I'd click on it and look at videos, and it never dawned on me to subscribe. You know what I mean? Now I subscribe to everybody because.
Well, speaking of viewers, now JoJo started his channel. I'm only using JoJo because I was already here. JoJo started his channel on August 22nd of 2013. And I always joke with him about it. I told him my birthday is the 23rd. I said, you should have waited one day longer and it would have been spectacular. I joked with him about that. But 2013 is when he started it. So he's been doing it now for almost 10 years. Okay. Yeah. Now, again, his first couple of years, 13, 14, 15, which is when I first, met him in that time frame, he didn't have a lot. He was very small. He now has 736,931,152 channel views.
That's a couple.
Yeah.
He's got 1 or 2 that he could spare to somebody if somebody needed to borrow one. But But that's the thing. That's the quantitative measure about is somebody watching your channel. Now, look at this. And let me go over here real quick. I'll go to Josh and Jenna real quick, which I actually need to call him today. So I'm glad we're talking about him because it reminded me. I text Josh today.
It'll be nice when they can when that converts to Bitcoin.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. So Josh and Jenna, they've been going. Their official start time was 2006. So they've started a little bit early, but Josh was on here and doing that as well. So Josh has, with 174,000, has 63 million views, 683,000. So, in ratio, my point that I'm trying to make, if you look at ratio of subscriber count to views, they're very much in line. What that tells you is people are coming to those channels, their viewership, their subscribers are legitimate, and they're watching their content. That's what that tells you. So when you look at somebody that has 2,000 subscribers and has 3 million views, out of whack. Or if you're looking at somebody that has 50,000 subscribers and has 6,000 views, out of whack.
Yeah.
Numbers tell everything, and that's a simple fact. That's why you don't even have to say anything. You can do whatever. And if you look at somebody like Resort TV One, I mean, I remember when they've done a New Year's Eve stream where they had 21,000 people live.
Yes.
21K live. That's crazy. Now, if somebody could you imagine, guys, if JoJo put it out that, hey, for this New Year's Eve, I'm doing a live stream. I'm working with Disney. I'm going to be special viewing thing for this. If he put it out on his thing and promoted it for a month that he's going to be live on that time and he's going to have a special guest or this, that, JoJo could easily have 50,000 people show up live.
Yeah, and I wonder at what point can YouTube not handle it?
That's a good question. I don't know what that number is. I've seen up to 100. I've seen up to 100,000 live.
Really?
Yes, I've seen up to. It was done by CBS or Fox or somebody that had millions of followers and they did something live. It was when I was sick and in the hospital, and I was searching around things and it was one of the major channels did something, and I can't remember what it was, but nonetheless, it was a YouTube live, and they had 100,000 people watching.
It's kind of crazy because once I've watched a couple live streams that were around 20,000 people, and it basically renders the chat useless.
You almost have to put the chat on a slow chat of almost 25 minutes.
Yeah.
When you have that many people, and to keep the person, bless you, from just commenting one every 25 minutes. Which ends up irritating people when they end up leaving.
Yes.
But it's okay, if you look at Josh and Jenna's one when they had 20,000 in there, people were trying to super chat because they wanted to bless the channel, and I am about super chats, but for a different reason. But they tried to bless the channel and they couldn't. Well, they could, but Josh and Jenna couldn't even read their comment, their super chat or acknowledge it. It was going so fast.
Yeah.
And as a creator, I know you guys too, you like to thank the people that bless your channel. And I like super chats for that multiple facet. It's not about the money fact. Okay. While that's nice and you could support a creator, yes, it helps a creator because there are costs to doing it. Even if you're a guy that's going down into the park, you got to buy new gimbals, you got to pay for Wi-Fi in some cases, you're buying new cameras, for you guys at home, you're buying microphones, you're buying this, your studio stuff. It is a cost to being a creator. TubeBuddy alone, paying for music if you're going to pay for music rights. You got monthly fees and all for that. But the bigger part of the super chat, the most important part of the super chat, it does two things. One, it allows somebody who might have had their comment missed, in the chat, to actually have it highlighted and the creator to definitely see it. Okay. And there's a lot of people out there that, have a comment that they want read that gets missed. But the other most important thing is that for somebody who wants to be a part of a channel or bless a channel to say thank you, somebody may be sitting at home and they have financial attributes to be able to say, well, I want to give this guy a $2 tip because I really liked his show today. It was really good. And for the super chat to allow that person to be able to do that and have that feeling and feel a part of the show and to be able to tell that creator, that they like them. I've gone up to a piano bar many a times. Hell, I tipped Piano Rob in jelly rolls many a times, because you like their thing. Being on YouTube is no different than being a guitar player in a subway or being a vocalist, at a local coffee shop, whatever, where people can come in and say, hey, you brought some magic to my day. I want to bless you. Here's $1. Here's $2. And I look at it for that way. Some people are just out there for money. Some people, there are creators. There's a couple in our community that are just hell bent about money. They're on their channel asking people, hey, will you pay for my hotel this weekend? Or, hey, the Christmas party's coming up. Can you pay for me? Can you pay for this person? My cousin Eddie's coming. Will you pay for him?
Right.
That's a little bit different aspect. That person is focused on making money off of their thing. And, that not that there's anything wrong with that. That's their decision on how they want to run their channel. People shouldn't chastise that person. They should just make a decision of A, I want to watch somebody like that. I don't mind. Or B, that's not my cup of tea. I don't mind that there's financial opportunity out here, but I don't need somebody asking me to pay for my Christmas party this week for my family, my cousin Eddie, my Aunt Jan, and all the people that are coming, that type of thing. So
yeah. Well, and at the end of the day, you watch the people that you want to watch for whatever reason. And if there's people that enjoy that or like to watch that content, okay, that's the content. That's not content that I really want to watch. I want to watch content that's entertaining or informative or people that I have connection with and that kind of thing. So
there's always going to be people out there that don't like you, Rob. I had the hardest trouble with that at first. What, you don't like Rob? Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
I had the most trouble with that at first, with people that would come in and bash, or tell you were horrible or this and that, and
that's going to happen for sure.
You get used to it. You just realize. I remember something that Jerry Lawler said to me one time, and I've been blessed to have him sit with me a couple times and talk about things and help me to be better as a on-camera type of personality. He told me, he says, you know what? He goes, for the 5,000 people out there that can't stand me and think I'm awful and don't like what I do or hate the way I work or blah, blah, blah. He goes, there's at least one that does love me. And he goes, and I should give everything I got for that one so that hopefully that one becomes 100,000 down the road. And I sat back and thought about it one day. I was like, that's a great way to think. Don't care about the people that don't like you or the people that bash. I had a guy come in the other day and because of my disability started calling me a troll and told me that I was a troll under a bridge and I belonged on Narnia, not in the United States. And I just deleted the person and moved on. And said, I don't need you in my life, moved on. And I look at it every day. I get in there and bust my butt for the one person that might come to my channel that likes it. So.
Well, that's definitely, when you think of this, first of all, since we're just kind of talking about YouTube, you should be doing this at the foundation level because it's something that you like doing, regardless of who it is. But we would be deceiving ourselves if we didn't think we're not doing this to maybe reach some people and get the views. Those people that come in, it's like I don't have time for your negativity, and we're gonna move on, and we're going to connect with those people that want to be here for the right reasons and that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. I want to ask Pete a question because I'm gonna have to bounce out here in about 8 minutes there, Chris. So you got the end of it, but I was just curious, because we definitely want to do some more of this like interview content and have visitors come on. So, what would you like to see as a visitor into the show, either for the interview or, the content of the show itself?
I actually liked how you were doing it, where one of you was in studio and one of you was out and about. I don't think that needs to be the whole time. Obviously, the interactivity of you two on the screen is a great thing too. I think mixing it up is good, but I think if you can go somewhere and show some stuff from around, oh, because you have so much to offer down there in Orlando that you
Yeah.
can do besides is one cool thing. I love the fact of giving some information. If you're going to build it for long term plan, I would think if you go back to like if you remember like in the parks, and I think they still have it, where you go in the resorts and you see the thing on the screen where they have the what's going on in Disney, what's going on in Orlando, park times and stuff like that. If you had even with this, when you're doing where you could bring that up as a third shot of what's going on in the parks, the times they open, stuff like that, I think is great. I think interviews of not only creators, but I think you guys have the avenue of, as you grow this, to maybe able to get out there and maybe you're talking about a business that's out there that's something to go and do. Maybe like it's a parachute jumping thing or something like that, something that people could do. I'm just saying,
Right.
where you could bring somebody in from that business to talk about what they do over there. Maybe if it's something like it's a skydiving. Let's say it's a skydiving thing. We'll use that. Maybe Rob's doing the skydiving thing, and that's part of it. And maybe you're bringing the guy on, or maybe it's a bounce house thing for kids, and Rob's one of you is going out there and doing the thing, kind of like they do on the news shows.
Right.
If you flow with that, where you make the situation part of the foundation of the story, you can do a lot with it. I think having the chance to bring in cast members or stuff like that at certain points, for any type of thing, not just Disney, but people that work with any of the fronts down there that would be willing to come on and talk is pretty cool. I think you can do. You could also do. Rob, you guys are in the food industry type thing. You guys could do something with maybe some of the local places to eat. For a dinner you could do a pre-recorded thing for a dinner and pop that thing in for a thing for review. You could add, you have so much that you could do. And the key is, I think, and I go back to my wrestling foundation because I'm blessed to be part of that whole industry. Something again that was said to me one time by, which is funny, who it came out of, which is Matt Hardy from the Hardy Boys. I was talking to Matt one time, and this was after they had started doing all those ladder matches and everything, right? And I'm like, man, it's crazy. You're killing yourself. What's it all for? He goes, I want the viewer that's out there to wonder, and I do it on my channel. If you're probably going to realize you're going to have an aha moment in a minute. I do this on my channel. Make the viewer say before they hit the button or before they decide to watch what you're doing in the background, make them say, I wonder what they're going to do next. And when you have that aspect of that, it's something. And if you get that to that point where it's not the same thing every day and you're bringing in new aspects, you could get those people that maybe are there. Hey, you're up over 100. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Susan, for posting that. That's awesome.
That's a start.
Just double check it. So we won't celebrate yet. I like to give it a little bit of time to simmer and make sure that it's going to stay there. So,
that's true. But if you do that aspect, and you not only get to maybe the people that are down in there, but what you have to realize is more of what you could be doing can be for the people that are planning their trips, the people that are coming that week tuning in. If your Monday, part of one of your Monday things was, let's look at this week's forecast, and here's what we're going to have. And here's what you need to plan for. I just think that those are some of the things, that you could put together. And again, it's where you want to take it, but the opportunity is endless. I hope that we're, 3 years down the road talking about, hey, Susan just posted, you've got 102,000 subscribers.
Right.
That's going to be the, yep, she'll be there.
That's your job. When they get to 102,000, you better be here to do that. That's the type of stuff. And then the other thing I encourage you guys to do, and of course the Friday nights are always open on my channel for you to stop in, but continuing to build that relationship with people out there, working to get yourselves onto other shows that are doing some stuff, are kind of key with what you're doing. Anywhere where I can help with fostering a relationship to help you with somebody to get on their show or something, I will be glad to, use my political influence in the community to do where you're at. And then, the joint relationships where you can do with other people is the key. Yeah, that's some of it. And I think if you don't give up, that's the whole key. Because what people, again, sitting out there watching this right here, what these gentlemen are trying to do is harder than what I do or what Susan does at home, just doing a channel, because you're changing daily.
Right.
Your flow can change daily. You could stop on the dime and change daily for what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And obviously you're starting a channel. It's not like you have $1 million sitting in a bank account to go out and go eat at every restaurant and go, solicit every park and everything. So it's going to take some time doing that grassroots stuff, and where you're out meeting with a manager of the local, horror Halloween, event, so that, hey, we'd like to do a whole feature on this, for our show coming up. Would you or one of your people be willing to come on with us live for a few minutes and talk about it? Would it be possible to utilize a little bit of it where we could film some of us doing it or something? You got to cultivate all that. It's no different than what I did, what last time I was down there, a couple weeks ago, and, I was hanging out. I mean, these are all the business cards of all the artists that I went down there and met, introduced myself, told them about my channel, what I do. I probably spent half a day of my time in Disney over there talking to people, just trying to make contact so I can interview new people on my channel. So it takes a lot to build it, but I think you guys got the right plan. And like I said, I'm excited.
Luke touched on what I'm looking forward to by far the most, the episode where I'm safe and sound in the studio and Rob is out in a hurricane getting smacked in the face by a stop sign. That's going to be my favorite episode.
If you end up, do you know that when Jim Cantori doing that on their channel is one of their highest ratings things they have. People love to see him out with goggles on, fighting it. I think if you had that going on with the hurricane, and Rob's outside of Magic Kingdom, I'm getting ready to go in.
I love it. Well, Phyllis, I actually got to bounce out because I got to go to film school. So I'm going to leave it to y'all. Chris, I'll have you. I'm not going to click any buttons, but take myself out of the show. So you'll end it at the end, or when I get back tonight, we'll just have a 7-hour stream. So thank you so much, Pete, for coming on. I know y'all will kind of finish this up, and I'll be back on Wednesday. So
cool.
Have a great day. All right.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I've
I've
only got a couple more with you, bud, because I've got an appointment at noon here.
No, you're good. But I wanted to tell you, the other day he was live and I had an airport run. And so I went live in my car, just messing around, just so I could have a little conversation and stuff. And it never dawned on me that when we use StreamYard, like if you're using your phone, you actually have to close out by just like closing the app, just swiping up. But I didn't do that. I hit the end button and I didn't realize that we both had control, and I shut his stream off.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. But yeah, what are you gonna do? But no, if you need to cut out, Pete, I gotta go through all my commercials and stuff for all of our businesses and things anyway. But I really appreciate you coming on today, and you are welcome anytime to come hang out with us, because and everybody that's watching this, I'm sure already is subscribed to Pete. But if you're not, go check out the Pete McDevitt Show. He does amazing content and is a huge supporter of the Disney community, and that is the understatement of a lifetime. What you're looking at for our channel logos, that's all because of Pete. He got us in contact with Katie, and she did all that for us. And I mean, that's just how Pete is. You got a problem and he'll figure out a way to get it solved. If you can't do it, he'll give you the right person.
We try. We're not always successful, but we try. And the biggest thing you guys can do if you're watching live or on replay is share this out. I've been doing that and sharing it out on Multifacets. I'm going to be sharing out Wednesday's show over on, I belong to 39 Facebook groups. So I will be sharing it out over there on all of those and trying to help you guys get more viewership. We got to the first 100 for you guys. Now to get you up to that next 1,000. And again, stop in any Friday over there and say hello, and let's get more people over here finding out about what you're doing. Thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
All right. All right. So I know this wasn't the average show that we usually do, but I wanted to take a chance and talk with Pete for a little while. I talked with him last night and just said, hey, please come on the show and chat with us. Wednesday, we'll be back more toward our regular content. We will have people come on from time to time, though, because it's nice to have some different perspectives and conversations and all that kind of good stuff. And I know that everybody in here is a fan of Pete right now. So that worked out pretty good. All right. So you know what? That's not going to work. I can't do the commercials, so I'm just going to talk about it because I only have StreamYard open and I don't have a second screen because I thought Rob was going to be running it. So if you need a treat, check out mainstreettreat.com. They are going to be unrolling some new look to the business soon, which I'm really excited for. Mel's in here right now, but if you're missing Disney and you need a Rice Krispie treat or you need an apple or you need any of that good stuff, get a hold of Main Street Treats because they will mail them directly to your house right from the park. They don't mail them from the park, but they get them from the park and then they mail them. And also, notjustcruising.com is where you need to go for Mel to take care of booking your next vacation, whether that's Disney or a cruise or Universal or anything worldwide, not just in the U.S. And just so you're aware, when you book, like say you have Mel book you a Disney vacation, and then you go and price it out, it's the same price. The difference is she takes care of all of being on hold and making sure there aren't any loose ends and making sure that everything is booked the way it's supposed to be, whether that's restaurant reservations, all that kind of stuff. She deals with the hassle, and it doesn't cost you a dime. They get paid from Disney, not you. If you are coming down here because she booked your trip and you need a ride from the airport to your resort or from the airport to a cruise, call us, or you can go find us on parkhopperchopper.com. And once you get there and you need a scooter, let me know, because we rent mobility scooters and we bring them to all over the place in Florida. Cruise ships, they go everywhere. So please utilize those things. That's what keeps our lights on and roofs over our heads. And we like roofs, especially when it rains in hurricane season. Thank you so much, Susan, for putting all the links in there. If you haven't checked out Susan's channel, go check it out. She just broke 1,000 subscribers, which is a huge leap. That's the biggest thing you aim for as a YouTuber is to hit that first 1,000. So go check her out if you haven't. She's got great content over there. And we all have a ton of Facebook groups. So there's Park Hopper Choppers, there's Disney Dynamics, there's Disney Connections, there's Main Street Treat. If you're looking for new groups to be in, we also have one if you are a fan of Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter on Facebook called Disney's Port Orleans Forever. There's like 2,200 people in there. Just good places to connect with people, get questions answered, and yeah, just kind of hang out with the community. So I think that's it. It went a little quicker than I expected because I don't have slides to put up, but there we are. Thanks for hanging out. As always, we'll be back on Wednesday from 10 till 12 and Friday from 10 till 12 every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This Wednesday, I'm hoping one of us is going to get into a park. We are blacked out of Disney, but I hope to, maybe we'll go to SeaWorld or something, or maybe even Typhoon Lagoon. That would be kind of fun. That sounds like a good idea, actually. So maybe Typhoon Lagoon on Wednesday. But don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when we go live and can come hang out with us. You want me to twiddle my thumbs? No, not going to happen. Thanks for being here, Luke. If you haven't checked out his channel, The Spicy Production, he recently did a video where he makes cheeseburger spring rolls at home and teaches you how to do it, gives you the recipe, and they looked amazing. So, yeah, you'd love to see a different park. I think I want to do Typhoon Lagoon. We've been going there a lot lately, and it's a wonderful, relaxing part of Disney. Instead of the go, go, go all the time, you can sit in a lazy river, which is definitely properly named. So, yeah, I think I'll talk with Mary about that and see if we can get our butts over there. All right. I think that's all I got. I'm all by myself. I don't know. Mary's here. You heard her Sneezy McGee earlier. All right, guys. We will see you Wednesday. Thank you so much for hanging out. I got to figure out where the closing video is. There it is. No, that's the bumper. I got this. Just bear with me. I know how to do things. I think. Where did it go? Is he hiding stuff on me now too? Oh, there it is. This is super professional. I hope you know how much effort I'm putting in right now. All right, guys. See you Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you're having a great day.